How's it going, everyone? I'm Alexis Lopez TCG, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be jumping in and opening up a collector booster box for Aetherdrift. That's right, like many have said, we're going to start our engines, jump into the race, and see just how well we place, aka what do we get in the actual box topper foils and what other foils we can get in this box as well. For those of you that don't know, Aetherdrift is the latest release in Magic the Gathering, standard, rotation legal. So we're hoping to get some staples to play in our Golgari deck or our Rakdos deck, see what we can throw in, see what we can play very well, and of course, see if we can get any value out of the box itself. Collector booster boxes, of course, are a little bit more expensive than regular booster boxes, so we'll see what we get inside. We're hoping we hit Chromok or Radiant Lotus, anything great like that, and of course any other fractured foils, and see exactly what we get. But you don't want to hear about what we expect to see, you just want to see what we're cracking open. So without further ado, let's jump into this box and let's see how good Aetherdrift is for us. All right, collector booster box time. I'm looking forward to this one. I had a, looking at the different cards in the set, I didn't get to see all of them yet. I tend to try and wait until I open up the box myself and see what cards we get. Obviously, I do like seeing loading ready runs pre-release and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. As we open up the box, since this is the first time we see the cards on this channel, I am going to be talking about them a little bit slow, just kind of what I think about them. We're going to be hoping we get some nice popper staples as well. That's been one of the things that's been really fun for myself. It's been playing popper a lot lately. I played the Rakdos Madness deck, and I also played recently built a Dredge deck. So popper's a lot of fun. So that's another aspect we can look at. We do have the box topper here. We're going to open that at the end, but let's go ahead and jump into pack number 1 and see exactly what we see in these packs. Hoping for some good hits value-wise, quote-unquote monetary-wise, but also just some good cards we can play in standard. Being able to kind of add more stuff to our standard rotation is pretty good. Obviously, commander staples are never wrong. I don't think this set is, from what I've seen so far, is strong enough to be added to any legacy decks, but we'll see. Sorry, external decks. So modern, legacy, and vintage and all that. So we'll see what we have. But I'll tell you right off the bat, I'm really happy for this pilot token because it is amazing. Token creature pilot. This token saddles, mounts, and cruise vehicles as though it's power or 2 or greater, so it has power to crew 3 or higher as well. And then it is double-sided. Woo! So you see some fire around the first one, but look at this beautiful foil zombie double-sided token. So one of the good things I really like about the collector booster packs is the double-sided foil tokens. Again, love tokens being able to have more stuff, and we start off with a beautiful curse cloth wrappings mythic here. So not the crazy fractured foil just yet, but a beautiful borderless mythic mythic card. So curse cloth wrappings is 2 and 2 black mythic artifact. Zombies you control get +1/+1. So already having stuff to throw in a zombie commander deck. I'm not really sure if zombies standard deck is gonna be viable. We'll see what people can do with it. And then you can tap target creature card in your graveyard. Excuse me, you can tap this, and then target creature in your graveyard gains embalm until end of turn. The embalm cost is equal to its mana cost. I don't know what embalm is because this card at the moment unfortunately does not show what that is, but if we see embalm in another card, we'll go ahead and read that off as well. But starting off with the curse cloth wrappings here, borderless, very, very nice. And you know what? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. One of the things I really was looking forward to in this set was the art, because the art is amazing. Because I mean, just right here, repurposing bay extender art. Like I said, the beautiful art on this one is just fantastic. I really love the style and the color pops off on these. That's one of the things I was really looking forward to seeing. So ooh, beautiful extended art here. We have the Thopter Fabricator, as you can tell, other borderless as well. Again, I'm going to zoom in more so you guys can see the art on these cards, because that's honestly one of the things I was really looking forward to seeing. Thopter Fabricator, beautiful art, artifact vehicle as well. So again, obviously we're going to see a lot of vehicles in this set. So, ooh, not too bad. So we get our first Commander card, which is the commander leader as well. Hashaton, Scarab's Fist, legendary creature, zombie, wizard. So let's say we were opening this for like a pre-release or something, we would have gone zombies. Obviously, like that seems to be the trend here with Orzhov and zombies. So this is legendary creature, zombie wizard. It's a white and a black. Whenever you discard a creature card, you may pay 2 and a blue. If you do, create a tap token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. So it's another mythic here, borderless, very nice. We get, well, how do you say this? Vinwixit Verbose Host. Again, the art is beautiful in this card. 1 in a blue. Legendary creature, homunculus, yes, continues within the trend. And of course, start your engine. So if you have no speed, it starts at 1 and it increases once each turn when your opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. So when you put this down, start your engine, you go to 1. If you do cause your opponent to lose life this turn, it also goes to 2, but it cannot go higher than that on the turn that it's played. The next turn you can go up to 3, and then your next turn you go to max speed, which is 4. You have no maximum hand size with this card. And if you have max speed, if you would draw a card, draw 2 cards instead. So very good card to bring out early and try to get to max speed to get that card draw, especially in blue, which is always trying to draw more cards. So very beautiful card here in the rare. We do get our first common borderless card here in Midnight Mangler. Again, the art on these cards is fantastic, just beautiful. We're also seeing a lot of blue in this pack, so it's very, very nice. During turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creature. So it's a creature on every other turn that is not your turn. But when it goes back to your turn, it's an artifact vehicle only. Good and bad. Obviously, when it's not your turn, it can be easily removed by any creature removal. But when it is your turn, it can't be removed by creature removal. It has to be only artifact or vehicle removal. Of course, if you do crew it and it becomes a creature, and it does become susceptible, of course, to any creature removal as well. But again, the foiling on this with the ghost is really, really nice. I'm gonna put that to the side as well since it's common, but again, the borderless art on these is really, really nice. This is uncommon, Earth Rumbler, 4 and a green, artifact vehicle, vigilance, trample. Exile an artifact or creature card from your graveyard. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. So it's kind of a different way to crew it without really crewing it. Very cool. So it's an activated ability as opposed to just doing the whole thing to crew this card as well. So you have different ways to activate it, which is really, really nice. And also, again, like the graffiti art and just like the art, like it's really, really nice on these cards, and I'm really, really happy with that. I'm putting all the borderless ones to the side, even though they're common and uncommon, just because they look really nice. And then we have the full art swamp here as well. Dredger's Insight. When in a green enchantment, whenever one or more artifact and or creature cards leaves your graveyard, you gain 1 life. So you would activate that Earth Rumbler card to exile a card, an artifact or creature from your graveyard. This also triggers, gaining 1 life. And when this enchantment enters, mill 4 cards. You may put an artifact, creature, or land card from among the mill cards into your hand. So very nice Dredger's Insight. Aether Siphon, 1 and 2 blue artifact. Start your engines, 2 and tap this, draw a card. Max speed, whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. So attach this with the other card where you draw 2 cards each time, and whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. That's a really good combo, I think. You're drawing more cards, your opponent's getting milled out. Love it. Carry On Cruiser. I love this one. 2 and a black artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, mill 2 cards. Then return a creature or vehicle card from your graveyard to your hand. Crew 1. Very cool. Oh, Bestow Greatness. Look at that, puppers. Beautiful. 2 and a green. Instant target creature gets +4/+4 and gains trample until end of turn. Pedal to the Metal. X and red. Target creature gets X +X/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. Very nice. Midnight Mangler, which is again beautiful card. Coloring art on this as well. 1 in a blue artifact vehicle. During turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creature, and then of course crew 2. And then with this Shrieking Oil Gorger. The foiling on this makes the art because it's a little bit too dark and really difficult to see, but obviously it's a lot of oil within the art itself. So really nice. 4 in a black for the Oil Gorger. So we got some nice hits, beautiful borderless commons and uncommons as well. So not only are we getting nice rares in Mythic, obviously we started off with the beautiful Mythic. We're hoping we get some more beautiful cards in here as well. But the art on this set is just fantastic so far. And not for anything, but the foiling is actually making it pop off pretty nice as well. So we have the Thopter token here as well. Ooh, we have Monument of Endurance there. And then the backside is the cat side with the lifelink 1-1. The beautiful Monument to Endurance Extended Art Foil rare. I like this one because whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. So you draw a card, or you can create a treasure token, or each opponent loses 3 life. So really, really nice artifact here in rare. I love it as well. That's a beautiful pull here. So it's not foil for the purposes of having like the best Radiant Lotus pull, but it's a beautiful Radiant Extended Art Lotus. Excuse me, Radiant Lotus Extended Art. So it's 6 cost. You can tap this, sacrifice 1 or more artifacts, choose a color. Target player adds 3 mana of the chosen color for each artifact sacrificed this way. So if you're playing Commander and you're playing a group hug deck, you know, have some fun, give some mana out to your opponents, let them kind of go at each other. But of course, if you're playing this yourself in a single 1v1 format, you can kind of create a lot of crazy things. But it is a 6 cost, so it's a little bit higher on the on the cost side. But again, a beautiful Radiant Lotus. We're very happy that we have a Radiant Lotus in our box. Very, very happy with that. So extender art, here we go. Love it. And then we have Basri, Tomorrow's Champion, borderless as well, 1 white. You can pay a white, tap this, exert Basri, create a 1/1 white cat creature token with lifelink. Now, what does that mean when you exert it? It means that it cannot untap on your next turn either. So it's you tap it now, your next turn it doesn't untap, and then it untaps in the following turn. So that's what exerting means. But you can cycle it for 2 and a white, and when you cycle this card, cats you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. I can tell you right now, this card is going to be going in my Ren and Siri deck for sure. Beautiful card, borderless, rare, Basri, Tomorrow's Champion. Here's the commander card for the pack. It's Red Tomb Mystic, 1 in a blue. Flying. Each creature card in your hand has cycling, 1 in a blue. Okay, cycling, of course, you pay the cycling cost. You discard that card, and then you draw a card. So, cycling, not bad. Extended art rare. We have a rare Gonti Night Minister. Again, the beautiful coloring on these cards. I love it. I honestly am a big fan of the art in this set. Like, sure, some of the cards might not be as powerful as people were hoping it is, but that's what I appreciate about standard sets. They are all at a certain power level that you can kind of build around, as opposed to some of the previous, like, this is not Universes Beyond, but some of the Universes Beyond stuff that was built for modern or more external formats, essentially more eternal formats. It's the power level was pretty crazy that some stuff might be too overpowered, but having stuff in standard where you can kind of build upon the power level, I think is the best way to go about it. I think you want to build for standard and not build sets for commander or eternal formats, because the power level increases together and in a way that's kind of more even and not even. So it's actually really, really nice. Anyway, Gonti Night Minister, 2 and 2 black. Legendary creature, Aetherborn Rogue. Whenever a player casts a spell they don't own, that player creates a treasure token. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller looks at the top card of that opponent's library and exiles it face down. They may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Mana of any type can be spent to cast a spell this way. Very, very nice card. Ooh, beautiful Broadcast Rambler. Again, I'm actually a big fan of this graffiti art here in this borderless card as well. So the fact that it's just a common and the art on like was built around it is really, really nice. Beautiful foil here. Hey, we get it again, Broadcast Rambler. So 4 and a white artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token when flying. I like the fact that we got 2 cards that make the tokens that we actually got in the pack. So that's actually really, really good. And then we have full art island here as well. Plow through. 1 green sorcery. Choose 1. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls, or destroy target vehicle. Rover Blades, 3. Colorless. I'm sorry, just cost 3. Artifact equipment vehicle. Double strike. Equipped creature has double strike. Equip 4, and you can crew 2. Crew this for 2 as well. So it's a creature on its own. You can equip it to something else to give it double strike. So very, very nice. Gastal Raider, 2 and a black, start your engines. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an instant or sorcery card from it. That player discards that card. Max speed, this creature gets +1/+1 and has menace. Gilded Goda. Again, the art just pops off in the foiling and it just looks really, really nice. 1 in a red. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, create a treasure token, saddle 1. Right Field Glider. White. Possum Mount Vigilance. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, it gets +1/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Saddle 3. Blood the Engine, 2 in a blue, enchantment aura. Enchant creature or vehicle. When this aura enters, tap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent loses all abilities and doesn't tap during its controller's untapped step. Really nice. Oh, we get a nice common line here in Windscarred Crag. This land enters tapped, and when this land enters, you gain 1 life. But as always, I mentioned before, the foiling on the elements is always really, really nice. So seeing the fireballs there pop off with the elements is always really, really cool to see. All right, so that's a really good start, I think, to our first 2 packs. I'll be speeding up and going through them a little bit faster as we get to know more of the cards. But again, it's the first time we're seeing the cards in person, so really happy to kind of go through it and see what we can have. Another pilot token. We have our first borderless rare here in Demonic Junker. The art still very, very well pops off. It's a 6 in a black. Affinity for artifacts. So when this vehicle enters, for each player, destroy up to 1 target creature that player controls. If a creature you controlled was destroyed this way, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this vehicle. So this would go very well in the token deck, because not only do you destroy creatures for your opponents as well, but you can destroy one of your tokens to give this +1/+1. Very, very nice. Beautiful art on there, rare here as well. And then, the Gear Hulk. So Cole Stoke, Gear Hulk. I love this because it's Rakdos. So 1, 2 black, and 2 red. Artifact creature construct, menace, and death touch. When this creature enters, you put target creature card with mana value 4 or less from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control with the finality counter on it. That creature gains menace, death touch, and haste. At the beginning of your next end step, exile that creature. Very, very cool card. I love the art on this one. Like the borderless feel. I wish that I would have gotten this actually in foil. That would have been awesome. But just regardless, the fact that we got the Rakdos card, the Rakdos Gear Hulk in borderless is really nice. Ooh, so this is some of the art that I've been looking forward to seeing. So this is a Fearless Swashbuckler. It's a rare, 1 blue and red. Creature Fish Pirate. It has haste. Vehicles you control have haste. And whenever you attack, if a pirate and a vehicle attack this combat, draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards. So it's kind of hard to do the combo, I think, if you have to have a pirate and a vehicle attack, but then you also draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards, so you get some value for it. But still, the art on this is fantastic. You get the commander card from the pack, which is Rampaging Aetherhood, 4 in a green, creature Snake Hydra, trample, and ward 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get an amount of energy equal to this creature's power. Then you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. So it's a very typical Hydra. It's gonna get +1/+1s each turn, but you get energy at the beginning of your upkeep compared to this creature's power. So it's only gonna increment and go up each time. That is insane. It pretty much, like, the fact that it just increases its own power and gives you the energy, so like it works by itself. It doesn't need anything else. Is insane. What a crazy card. I love it. Ooh, this card is really, really nice. March of the World Ooze, 3 and 3 green. A little bit hefty to pay, especially if you're not playing full green. Enchantment. Creatures you control have a base power and toughness of 6/6 and are oozes in addition to the other types. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's not their turn, you create a 3/3 green elephant creature token. Now, of course, this is already on the field, and that actual green elephant creature token is not a 3/3 actually, it's a 6/6 ooze as well. Very nice mythic. I love this one. And again, as you can tell, all the creatures are little oozlings as they create a base of 6/6. Very nice. Rover Blade. So we already saw this as well with the double strike, but again, the graffiti art on these are fantastic. I love it. Then we have Haunted Hellride, one, a blue and a black. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. Untap it as well. And you can create it for 1. Full Art Forest. Rocketeer Boost Buggy, artifact vehicle, Gruul, so red and green. Whenever this vehicle attacks, create a treasure token. Exhaust. So exhaust is a new mechanic as well that comes in. You can actually only do it once. Once it's used, you can't use it again unless this card leaves and enters play again. Then you can do it. So if you can blink it, you can kind of do the exhaust again. But if this card is on play and it's already done the exhaust once during the game, it cannot do it again until again it re-enters the battlefield. So exhaust, you pay 3. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Activate each exhaust ability only once. Crew 1. This is a land, Wild Roads. This land enters tapped unless you control a mount or a vehicle. Very, very cool. You can pay 1 in green, tap this to sacrifice it, and then create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this token style as mounts and cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. Activate only as a sorcery, so aka the pilot that cruise for 3 or higher. Very nice. Sorry, cruise up to 3. And then trade the helm, 4 in a blue. Exchange control of target artifact or creature you control and target artifact or creature an opponent controls. Cycling 2. Pothole mode, 2 in a green. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Very cool. Daring mechanic, 2 in a white. You can pay 3 in a white. You can put a +1/+1 counter on target mount or vehicle. Very good. That's not an exhaust, so you can keep using it as much as you like. Risky shortcut, 2 in a black, draw 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life. Whoa. Swiftwater Cliffs, so this land enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain a life. Is it land there as well? Very cool, very nice. I love that. I love seeing those cards. Honestly, I'm really liking this actual box so far. Very, very cool. I think I do need to sleeve up that Lotus, but other than that, we're good. We're trying to see. We got some nice mythics that we wanted to see, which is always fantastic. We still haven't seen a special guest, so we hope we do. And we'll see what comes of it. So, ooh, the beautiful zombie here as well. Boom Movio. It's a 2 in 2 red artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, add 4 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. It has exhaust, X, 2 in a red. This vehicle deals X damage to any target. Put a +1/+1 counter on this vehicle. Very cool. Again, the art on this set is just fantastic. It's one of the things I really was looking forward to seeing when I opened up these cards. And like the foiling on it is honestly doing it justice, just to like really pop off and show off the cards. I'm really happy about that. Ooh, we get our first Verge land. So this is a Wastewood Verge. This is a borderless land. You can tap it to add a green, or you can also tap it to add a black. If activate only if you control a swamp or a forest as well. So these are the new Verges as well that we're seeing. Sort of dual lands, but not really. You know, we saw the other ones in the Dustborn set. We're seeing them now with this Aetherdrift set with Wastewood Verge. So I'm happy to see the more land. Beautiful. The Verges are really good, so they work out well. Voyager Glide Car. The art is subtle but beautiful. It's like almost like a pencil sketch, kind of. It's very good. 1 white. When this vehicle enters, scry 1. Tap 3 other untapped creatures you control. Until end of turn, this vehicle becomes an artifact creature and gains flying. Put a +1/+1 counter on it, Croon 1. I don't know what the binary speak there is in the actual text at the bottom, but I'll have to look that up. Very nice. Ooh, beautiful artifact Aetherflux Conduit here. So this is a commander card. Extended art. 6 cost. Whenever you cast a spell, you get an amount of energy equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. You can tap this and pay 50 energy, draw 7 cards. You may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. Very cool. And the good thing is you can do it over and over again because you're just paying the 50 energy once you do it. Obviously 50 energy is a lot to get, but still very, very cool or rare to get. Captain Howler Sea Scourge, 2 blue and a red. Legendary creature Shark Pirate, War 2, pay to life. So it's 2 and pay to life. And whenever you discard one or more cards, target creature gets +2/+0 until end of your turn for each card discarded this way. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, you draw a card. Very cool. Love it. Carry on cruiser. Just look at that. The fact that he's like standing with his vehicle and like showing it off. Very cool card culture there. Beautifully falling on this one too. 2 in the black. Artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, mill 2 cards, then return a creature or vehicle card from your graveyard to your hand. Very cool recursion on there as well. And then we have a Velo Heart Bike. 2 in the green. Oh, he has a wheelchair. So he fits on there as well. Beautiful coloring on that. Artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, you gain 2 life. You can tap this to add 1 mana of any color. So this is kind of okay. No. So you can tap it without it having to be an actual creature. So that's very cool. So it's kind of like a mana dork, but not really, because obviously it's 2 in the green and it's a vehicle as well. So very, very nice. And then we have the full art planes here as well. We have Adrenaline Jockey, 2 in red. Minotaur Pilot. Whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, this creature deals 4 damage to them. That's pretty good. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Thundering Bandwagon, 2 black and 2 green. Artifact vehicle Menace and Reach. Whenever this vehicle enters, destroy target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value 4 or less. Actually a pretty good card. The cost is a little bit high, but other than that, it's a really nice uncommon. Sheffet Archfiend, 5 and 2 black. Creature Demon, flying. When this creature enters, all other creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Kind of like a Harvester of Misery type vehicle creature here as well, but it does have flying and it has cycling too. Scrap Compactor, it costs 1. It's an artifact. You can pay 3, tap it, sacrifice this artifact, it deals 3 damage to target creature, or pay 6, tap this sacrifice this artifact to destroy target creature or vehicle. That's a big cost just to destroy a target creature or vehicle, but if it has something that you can't remove with anything else, this is good removal for you at the end of the day. Very nice. Crash and Burn, 3 in a red, instant, choose 1. Destroy target vehicle, or Crash and Burn deals 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Bot Psycho Scouter, 1 in a white. Artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, scry 2, and crew it for 1. Maximum Overdrive. Oh, I want to see that art. Very nice. 1 in a black instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains Death Touch and Indestructible until end of turn. You want something to survive? Give it some Indestructible. And you make sure it kills the other thing? Give it Death Touch. Not a bad instant after all. Again, you know, how crazy these cards are as far as power level. Not too crazy so far, but I'm loving some of these mythics. And honestly, the art itself on this set is just fantastic for me. Hey, we get another Gear Hulk as well here, and 1, 2 blue and 2 white, or excuse me, 1, 2 white and 2 blue. Artifact Creature Construct. Again, the pencil sketching on this art with the foiling just makes it pop off so well. Double Strike Prowess. When this creature enters, for each opponent, put up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. Oh, what a menace. Red Tide Gear Hulk. Beautiful card. We get the Regal Imperator, 1 and 2 green, extended art, creature dinosaur. All other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1 into 5/4. Gonna add this to my kid's dinosaur deck. Why not? Ooh, Medicant Core Guidelight, white and a blue. Legendary artifact creature robot. Medicant Core's power is equal to the number of artifacts you control. Start your engine. Max speed. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 1. If you do, copy it. Oh wow, that's actually really good at max speed. Borderless looks really, really nice as well. Our commander card for the pack is Priest of the Crossing, 3 in a white. Creature, zombie, bird, cleric, flying. At the beginning of each end step, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. So it's kind of like a Morbid type activation. Very, very cool. Because it happens at each end step. Ooh, another mythic here. Hazoret Godseeker, 1 in a green. Legendary creature god. indestructible, and haste. Has start your engines. You can pay 1, tap this, and then target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. Hazard can't attack or block unless you have max speed. So you can activate it and make something unblockable when you don't have max speed, and then when you do have max speed, you can attack or block with this card. Hazard, God Seeker, beautiful mythic as well. Rip Claw Wrangler. The detail on this card is nuts. So good. Borderless. 3 in a black artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, each opponent discards the cards. I love it already. Discard in black. Let's keep it going, baby. Crew 2 into 43. Bot Cycle Scouter. Oh, again, just like beautiful art in this borderless card. Again, the other one was common. This one's common as well. So it's a 1 in a white artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, scry 2, crew it for 1. And then we get the full art mountain here as well. Brood Hard Engine. Somebody mentioned the art on this one. I think it was Good Luck High Five when I was watching it as well. Like they didn't really like the art on this, but I think it pops off. Like the art on there is crazy with the green and the shine. Beautiful Golgari. So it's black and green. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. 2. You can pay 2 black and green. You can tap this, sacrifice this artifact, return target creature or vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. So it is a good way to have some recursion. Veteran Beast Rider, 1 green and a white human knight. At the beginning of your end step, untap each creature you control. That's pretty nuts. 2 green and a white. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Woof. Talk about some good effects here. Intimidation Tactics. Play 1 black. Sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card from it. Exile that card. I'm not sure how much I'm loving these like sort of weaker dresses coming through. They're very specific. You choose an artifact or creature card, or the other one was I think it was like a vehicle or an artifact or something. Obviously very good and limited within the set because you kind of know they're gonna have artifact cards or a creature, which is good. It might be a good sideboard card depending on how crazy artifacts you're doing. Obviously you can always try to hit a creature, but you know, being very specific for that, it's kind of diminishes the power a little bit. Loxodon Surveyor, 2 in a green, Elephant Scout. Start your engine, max speed, pay 3, exile this card from your graveyard, you draw a card. So in order to draw the card, you still have to exile this card from your graveyard at max speed. So Spectral Interference, 1 in a blue, counter target artifact or creature spell unless its controller pays 4. So a weaker counter spell as well, especially because it has to target artifact or creature. Jungle Hollow, this land enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain a life. Trying to show off some of the beautiful land. Again, I'm loving the detail and the art on these cards. It's really, really nice. Lotus Guard Disciple, 2 in a white, flying. When this creature enters, target creature or vehicle gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Very cool. Obviously, it's not like a flash card. If it had flash, that card would be nuts. Maybe a little bit too powerful for the fact that what it can do, but it would be really, really cool. All right, this is gonna be the first half of the box. Let's see how the first half ends. Angel of Sanctions token. We have Far Fortune End Boss Rakdos. I love that we're ending on a nice Rakdos hit here. Borderless rare legendary creature, human mercenary. Start your engines. Whenever you attack, Far Fortune deals 1 damage to each opponent at max speed. If a source you control will deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals damage +1. Add some nice effects to it. Again, the art on this is so good. Even in this art, like the elements always pop off in the folding. It's really, really cool. One thing I love about the actual folding is just how the elements pop off. I love to see it. Muruganda Raceway Land, extended art rare. Start your engines. You can add 1 colorless. At max speed, you can tap this and add 2 colorless, which is actually really good. I have to see how this goes in an artifact deck. The only problem, and again, the only problem is that you need to have a card to start your engines. You know, other than this one, in order to get there. Obviously, you put this one at the beginning, you start your engine, and you know, obviously by turn 3, at the earliest by turn 3, you can have this give you 2 pips of colorless. But you know, it's not as fast as some of the other colorless lands are. But you know, it'll be pretty good. I'll see how we'll see how it does really well for colorless. But I think it'll get some use. But I think it could be a little slow for some of the bigger stuff you want to pull out. But I mean, you can get some stuff fast. Ramp up by turn 3 again. It gives you 2, so it's not bad at all. Bulwark Ox. What is this art? Holy crap! Just like the way that the face is popping off. Want to know why? I do like the art in this set though, for sure. Creature Ox Mount. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. You can sacrifice this creature. Creatures you control with counters on them gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Very nice. So you can attack with this. Give a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. If your opponent then has like a blocker that might destroy the other creature, or has like a combat trick that might destroy your stuff, you can then sacrifice this creature, and then creatures you control with counters on them gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So this Ox puts in work for sure. Our commander card is another land here in the Cursed Dunyard extended art. Add 1 colorless. You can pay 2, tap this, regenerate target shade, skeleton, specter, spirit, vampire, wraith, or zombie. Oh, this is my vampire deck. Oh, let's go. Not bad at all. Regenerate. Love to see it. Unstoppable Plan. 2 in a blue. Enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, untap all non-land permanents you control. Untap all non-land permanents you control. Nuts. Haunted Hell Ride. We've seen this one already as well. And the Carry-On Cruiser. Now we're starting to see some more of the commons and uncommons, even in the borderless as well. So, Full Art Forest. Sky Crash. 1 in red. Instant. Destroy target artifact. And then it has cycling for a red. Guidelight Synergist. 3 in a white. Flying. This creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. It's very, very good. Wickerfolk Indomitable. 3 in a black. Artifact creature Scarecrow. You may cast this card from your graveyard by paying 2 life and sacrificing an artifact or creature in addition to paying its other costs. Some good recursion on its own. Very cool. Skybox Fairy. 5 cost. Artifact vehicle flying. You can crew it for 2 or cycle for 2. Glamorous Ironclad. Ooh, let's look at that boat. Very crazy good. 3 in a red. Artifact vehicle. It has menace. Crew it for 3 or cycling for a red. And then lastly, nope, we have one more. Chitin Grain Stalker, 5 in the black. This ball costs 1 less for cast for each artifact and or creature you card in your graveyard, and cycling 2. So wow, depending on how like the actual stuff in your graveyard, this can do pretty well. So if you put this like a mill deck or a dredge deck, actually works pretty well. And then Tranquil Cove land as well. Whew. I love that. So let's go ahead and sleeve up that Radiant Lotus while so we don't forget it. And then move on to the rest of the packs to see what else we get. Again, loving the art on these in this set, and so far so good with the rares and the mythics. We're hoping to get some more mythics here. We still haven't seen a special guest yet, I don't think, and then we actually haven't seen a fractured foil, so we're hoping we hit one of those as well. Obviously we saw Japanese art style there as well with the first pack we saw, so not bad hit at all. And then we have here the borderless foil Seed of Arma Mask Racer, green and a blue, legendary creature human rogue, exhaust. You can pay X, 2 green and a blue, put X +1/+1 counters on Seed of Arma. Then you may have the base power and toughness of each other creature you control become equal to Seed of Arma's power until end of turn. That's nuts. It's really, really good. Low cost on this creature, and then after that you pump up and you pump everything else up. Very, very cool. Unstoppable Plan extender art. Very cool. I love the art in the background. That's Jace, right? Jace like having them and just like mind controlling them. Oh my god, House Squad Heavy, 2 and 8 red Goblin Mercenary. Start your engines. Other goblins you control have haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token attacks as combat if able. Max speed. You can tap this to add 1 red for each goblin you control. Honestly, this art style suits the goblins so well. Very, very cool. Our commander card is Territorial Aetherkite, 4 and 2 red, Cat Dragon, Flying Haste. When this creature enters, you get 2 energy. Then you may pay 1 or more energy. When you do, this creature deals damage to each other creature. That's actually a good way to have a nice little board wipe without losing any of your creatures. Well, excuse me, each other creature. So it does attack your creatures, but If you don't have anything on the board, you can kind of put that out there, do a nice little board wipe, and you already have a creature on the board. Very nice. Ooh, Bosri, Tomorrow's Champion. We saw this one in Borderless as well. We get the rare regular art. Marshall's Path Cruiser. 3 colorless artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Exhaust. You pay Wooburg, and then this vehicle becomes an artifact creature, and you put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Not bad. Skybox Fairy. When I first saw this art, I was in love with it. Like, this is a fantastic. I would love to have this as a playmat because this art is just phenomenal. Like, honestly, just pops off so well. I really like this one. Artifact vehicle, flying, crew 2, cycling 2. Full art swamp. You get Haunted Hell Ride. Sabotage Strategist, 2 and 2 blue. Flying Vigilance. Whenever one or more creatures you attack you, those creatures gets -1/-0 until end of turn. Exhaust. 5 and 2 blue. Put 3+1/+1 counters on this creature. Pride of the Road. 3 and a white, zombie, cat, warrior, vigilance, start your engines, at max speed. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature or vehicle you control gains double strike until end of turn. Very cool. Wreck Remover. It has 4 cost. Artifact creature construct. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. You gain 1 life. Very cool. Beast Rider Vanguard. 1 in a green. You can pay 4 in a green. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your library in any order. Gear Seeker Serpent. This is really funny. 5 and 2 blue. Affinity for artifacts. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. You can pay 5 in a blue. This creature can't be blocked this turn. So I think it's good in limited. I don't know if it'll do really well anywhere else. Maybe in Pauper. Speaking of like Pauper, this will probably do well because it becomes unblockable. 5 in the blue, and you can place an artifact deck. Might do well in Pauper. Siphon Fuel. 4 in the black. Target creature gets -6/-6 until end of turn, and you gain 2 life. Not bad. So I think that was like the first card that I think could be like really going into a Pauper deck in that comment. Ooh, nice shiny treasure. We get a Cursed Cloth Wrappings. This time extended art rare. Get Winter Cursed Rider, blue and a black. Legendary creature, human warlock. Ward, pay 2 life. Artifacts you control have ward, pay 2 life. And exhaust. 2 blue and a black. You can tap this card. Exile X artifact cards from your graveyard. Each other non-artifact creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. Again, good little removal for everything else in around as well. Nice. We got another mythic here in Salvation Engine. 4 in a white. Again, beautiful art in this board as artifact vehicle. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever this vehicle attacks, return them to 1 target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Wow, it's really good. Crew 6. On Wings of Gold. 3 in a white. So there's a commander card, enchantment. Creatures you control that are zombies and their tokens get +1/+1 and have flying. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 1/1 white zombie creature token. Very cool. I think that's gonna be really good. Obviously, like as a card just for zombie decks in general for commander, really well. And then Boomobile rare here as well, which we've seen already. We have the Dune Drifter. Ooh, this is different art for it as well. X white and a black. Graffiti pops off in the foil. It's really cool. When this vehicle enters, return target artifact or creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then we have Apocalypse Runner. Let's see. Oh, there you go. The detail. Love the vehicle detail on this. 2. Of course, I would be attracted to this card because it's a Rakdos card. 2 black and a red. You can tap it. Target creature you control with power 2 or less gains lifelink until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. Crew 3. I was like, why am I loving this card? Because it's a Rakdos card. That's why. Full Art Mountain. Outpace Oblivion. 2 in a red. Start your engines. When this enchantment enters, it deals 5 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. You can pay 2. Sacrifice this enchantment and deals 2 damage to each player who doesn't have max speed. I don't think you're gonna find a lot of people who play max speed in Commander, so I think that card might actually get some real good use. Transit Mage, 2 in a blue. When this creature enters, you may search your library for an artifact card with mana value 4 or 5. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Very specific, some might be a little bit limited there as well. Risen Necrogent. Risen Necro Regent, 4 in a black. Start your engines, max speed. At the beginning of your end step, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. That's a good card. Make a freak zombie every turn. I love it. Dynamite Diver, 1 red. This creature saddles mounts and cruise vehicles as though it has power 2 greater. When this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Very good. The vanilla creature, Gibberic Omnivore, 1 in a green for 3/2. And then Thornwood Falls land. And then we have Stallout, 1 in a blue. Tap target creature or vehicle, then put 3 sun counters on it. Another one that actually might go in actual blue popper. I've seen people run like the stun cards already as well, so very nice. Okay, we have 4 more packs. See what we have. So I'm trying to figure. Okay. So we have Cursed Cloth wrappings here, and this is a rare. But we have Cursed Cloth wrappings here, and it's a mythic. Which one is it? Is it a rare or is it a mythic? I gotta figure this out. Or is it only a mythic because of the fact that this art specifically is a mythic? But this is a rare. Is one of these a misprint? Is this a misprint? Is it not a rare? This is the same card, right? I'm not tripping. That's crazy. Anyway, I had to point that out because I was like, is there something that I missed? I don't know. Anyway, 4 more packs. Let's see what we get. That's very cool. I was like, what is that? Ah, insect token. Crazy. Ooh, nice. So Guardian Sunmare. Is this? Yeah, it's foil as well. So 3 and 2 white. Horse Mount. Ward 2. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, search your library for a non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less. Put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. Nice. We're hitting all the Gear Hulks today. I love it. Oil Deep Gear Hulk. 2 blue and 2 black. Artifact creature construct. It has lifelink and ward 1. When this creature enters, look at target player's hand. You may choose a card from it. If you do, that player discards that card and draws a card. So not as good because they don't fully discard because they get to draw a card, but you get rid of something good on their hand either way. Very nice. I love the art on this as well. God, I'm loving the art on these. So it's a rare. Okay, why is the other one a mythic? I don't know. Anyway, Cursed Cloth wrappings, extended art rare. Prophet of the Scarab, commander card 4 and a blue zombie wizard. Vigilance, when this creature enters, draw cards equal to the number of zombies you control or the number of zombie cards in your graveyard, whichever is greater. That's really cool. We have the rare here, Caradora, Heart of Alakria, 2 green and white, legendary creature human knight. When Caradora enters, you may search your library for a mount or vehicle card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, so it gives you a tutor right off the bat. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature or vehicle you control, that many +1/+1. Okay. That many +1/+1/+1 counters are put on it instead. So whatever +1/+1 and +1 more. That one's a mouthful. Spot Cycle Scouter and foil, beautiful. Ooh, Burner Rocket. Love the art on this one. 1 in red. We have full art planes. Bang Druid Summoner, 3 in a green. Creature Ape Druid. Reach. When this creature enters, you may search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with no abilities. Reveal it and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. AKA vanilla creatures. Love it. Gustav, Thrill Seeker, Rakdos. Love that. Creature, Lizard Berserker. Start your engines. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target opponent and you gain 1 life. Max speed, this creature has Death Touch and Haste. This might actually do well in the standard Lizard deck. I can see it. Rocky Roads, this land enters tapped. unless you control a mount or a vehicle. Same thing. 1 in red, you can tap the sacrifice to create a 1/1 colorless pilot. Lightning Strike. I see what they're going for in the art. Actually, the first one that I'm not that big of much of a fan on, but Lightning Strike deals 3 damage to any target, 1 in red. Ripclaw Wrangler, 3 in a black. When this vehicle enters, each opponent discards a card. That's pretty good. Crew 2. Night Market. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. Okay, so kind of like mana fixing if you don't have what you need. Very cool. Collision Course, 1 in a white. Sorcery. Choose 1. Collision Course deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of permanents you control that are creatures and or vehicles, or destroy target artifact. Very cool. But I'll be honest, I'm still kind of confused about that card. Is it a rare or mythic? I gotta look this up after we're done. I gotta see. Ooh, Zombie Army. Oh, this is beautiful art. Trip Caller, Chariots, 3 in a black, artifact vehicle, menace. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, create that many, tap 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Nice. This is really, really cool. I love it. The art is insane too. Caradora, Heart of Valakria. We've seen this one as well, but the art is fantastic. Again, that looks like pencil sketches, and I love that look on these cards. Boomobile, 2 into red rare. We have Wizened Mentor, 1 in a white. This is a commander card. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of a permanent that isn't a mana ability, you create a 1/1 white zombie creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay. Might not happen all the time, but it's always good to have the option, right? Gas Guzzler. This is what everybody's calling the Ben Stiller card. So it's 1 black, creature vampire rogue. Start your engines. This creature enters tap. Max speed, you can pay 1, sacrifice another creature or vehicle, and you draw a card. Very cool. Skybox Fairy. I love that we got this in foil because this art is fantastic. Again, that art pops. Fire Mexico. Mexico, excuse me. But I'm going with Mexico. 4 in a red. Artifact creature has haste. Exhaust. Tap another untapped mount or vehicle you control. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature. You put a +1/+1 counter on it for each mount or vehicle you control other than this vehicle. That exhaust is actually not that bad. And the art, again, the art with the pencil sketching kind of look is fantastic in this set. I love it. I'll keep saying it until I can't anymore. Apocalypse Runner, Rakdos. Let's see. This one gives lifelink, so we've seen this one already. Pace Setter, Paragon, 2 in red. Exhaust, 2 in a red. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. It gains double strike until end of turn. Back up, 2 in a blue. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put 2 of them in your hand and the rest in the bottom library in any order. Very good. Token Strength, 1 in a green. Flash, enchant creature or vehicle. When this aura enters, untap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent gets +1/+2 and has reach. Engine Rat, 1 black. Oh, sorry, just black. I'm looking at the elements on the foil, which is awesome. Death Touch, you can pay 5 in a black, and each opponent loses 2 life. Drip Up, 3 in a blue. Target non-land permanence owner puts it on their choice of the top or the bottom of the library. That's a little bit of mouthful as well. Light Wheel Enhancement, 1 white. Enchant creature vehicle, start your engines. Enchanted permanent gets +1/+1 and has vigilance. Max speed, you may cast this card from your graveyard. Very cool. How many times can you do that? Because it doesn't. So, you may cast it from your graveyard. It doesn't tell you that it's a finality or like anything like that. It doesn't exile after it's done. You can just kind of keep using it once you hit max speed. It's crazy. That's power. That's speed. Insect token. We have Duretti, Rocketeer Engineer, 4 in a red. Legendary creature, Goblin Artificer. Duretti's power is equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Whenever Duretti enters or attacks, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield. Very nice. Beautiful Duretti card here as well. Boardless rare. Ovia, Automatic Artisan, 3 and a green. Each creature that's attacking one of your opponents has trample. Very nice. You can pay green. Tap this. You may put a creature or vehicle card from your hand into the battlefield. If you put an artifact into the battlefield this way, put 2+1. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it. That's freaking good. What an ability. Holy hell. You can just like auto pay a card and just like play it. That's nuts. Lumbering World Wagon, 2 and a green artifact vehicle. This vehicle's power is equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever this vehicle enters or attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle. So not only do you ramp, this card also gets bigger and better. Whoa, that's awesome. No wonder they're partying. Ooh, Commander Pia Nalar, Chief Mechanic. Green, blue, and red. Legendary creature, Human Artificer. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you get 2 energy. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, create an XX colorless vehicle artifact token named Nalar Aetherjet with flying and crew 2, where X is the amount of energy spent this way. Very cool. Perilous Snare, 2 and a white. Ooh, that's loot. He's in the cage. It's a rare artifact. Start your engines. When this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until this artifact leaves the battlefield. Max speed, you can tap this and you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So not only does it put something of your opponents in the cage, you can then pump up your creatures by tapping it. That's diabolical work. Diabolical work indeed. Ranger's Refueler. The foiling again on this art is awesome. Honestly, I think it's just fantastic. Just really. Oh, Hole Drifter. 3 and 2 blue artifact vehicle flying. When this creature enters, draw 2 cards. This Hole Drifter art is nuts. That's another one I wanted to play, man. Beautiful, beautiful art. Full art forest. We get a Autark Mammoth, 4 and 2 green elephant mount. When this creature enters and whenever it attacks while saddled, create a create a 3/3 green elephant creature token, saddle 5. If you can saddle each turn, you make 3/3s each time. Why not? Push the limit is yep. I saw this art before. Those are hippos. Scary hippos. 5 and 2 red. Return all mount and vehicle cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Vehicles you control become artifact creatures until end of turn. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. This is like a overrun, but in red. Reef Roads. So the other lands we've seen at this type, but in blue. Guide-like Matrix. When this artifact enters, draw a card. 2, tap this. Target mount you control becomes saddle until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. And 2, and you tap this. Target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Can this saddle? I guess it could, right? The Mammoth? Just keep doing that and keep making the 3/3s. Love it. Goblin Surveyor, 2 in a red. Goblin Scout, trample, start your engines, max speed. You can pay 3. Exile this card from your graveyard. You draw a card. Love it. Scoured Barrens. Ooh. More art. And then Packdaw Terror, 3 in the black. Whenever this creature or another artifact you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Not bad. Alright, we're coming on to the last pack, and then we have the box topper to see what we get in our first place foils. But let's hope we get some good luck in this last pack. As always, if you enjoyed this video so far, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification to notify you of all the videos as they come out. Let me know in the comments below how you've liked this set so far. What do you think of this box set you've gotten? And of course, let me know, is it a rare or is it a mythic? We don't know. And wish me some luck to see what we get in this last pack. Hopefully we get a crazy cool hit. Again, no special guest yet, so we're still hoping we get a special guest today. So we'll see what this box has in store for us in this last pack. Market Back Walker XX artifact creature construct. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. You pay 4. You could put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and when this creature dies, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. Very nice extended art rare. We have Afterburner Expert rare extended art, 2 in a green. Exhaust, 2 and 2 green. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Love it. Nice. A Gas Guzzler, 1 black. Creature Vampire Rogue. Start your entrance. This creature enters tapped. You can max speed. You can pay a black. Sacrifice another creature or vehicle. Draw a card. I love the art on this one. Lost Monarch of Ifnir, 3 in a black. Extended art. Zombie Noble. Afflict 3. Other zombies you control have Afflict 3. And at the beginning of your second main phase, if a player was dealt combat damage by a zombie this turn, mill 3 cards, then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So we have not seen Embalm yet, so we'll look that up and we'll see what that is. So Repurposing Bay, we've seen as well. Again, mention the beautiful art on this card as well, and I just got to mention it again because it's fantastic. Clamorous Ironclad, 3 in a green, in a red. Menace, crew 3 cycling with red. I love the graffiti on this. And then another Rocketeer Boost Buggy for Island. Boosted Slop. Haunt the Network, 3 blue and a black. Sorcery, choose target opponent. Create 2 1/1 colors, stop their artifact creatures tokens with flying. Then the chosen player loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Very cool. Locust Bray, 1 black. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Instant. Walking Sarcophagus. 2 cost. Artifact creature Zombie Cat. Start your engines and then max speed. This creature gets +1/+2. Run over. 1 in a green. Instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you target a mount or vehicle you control. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. Very nice. Pole Drifter, very, very cool. We already love the art in the board this one though, so we'll take it. And then we get a broadcast Rambler, 4 and a white artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters, create a 1/1 colorless stop their artifact creature token with flying. Crew for 1. Let's see what Embalm is, and then we'll go into the box topper to see what the hit is for the box toppers as well. So Embalm. Embalm lets you exile the card from the graveyard, and you can create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a zombie with whatever the cost is. So you can only do it as a token, as a sorcery as well. So again, Embalm is pretty much lets you exile a creature card from the graveyard to create a mummified token version of that card. So that's what Embalm is. So again, that one didn't explain it, so I didn't know what it did. I don't know what Embalm did, so now we get to see it. We do, of course, looking at the mythic hits. We got a Radiant Lotus, not foil, but it extended art, and then we get the Curse Claws wrappings, which we don't know if it's a mythic or rare. We'll have to look that up as well after the box topper and see what it is. All right, let's hope we can open this. If not, we're gonna have to get the scissors because okay, nice. It's only a few cards in there, so we never want to fold them, never want to bend them, and see what we get. So these are the ones with the yellow or gold borders for the first place foils. So we're gonna get a land each time. And honestly, this Plains does not look that bad. It's pretty nice in the color. And then the card in the back could be, I believe, rare or mythic, but it's also like gold foil, which is called the first place foil as well. And it's gonna be a rare. And we get a playset of Curse Cloth wrappings here as well. We get the Curse Cloth wrapping in first place foil. We get it, and it looks like the Japanese art, and then we get the other 2 rares that are in here as well. So let's look at them, bring it out while we're at it. That's so funny. We get a full playset of wrappings here. Oh my god, we got all different versions of it. Technically, we didn't get like the regular version, but we got extended art foil, regular extended art. We got first place foil, and then we got the Japanese art here as well. So 4 Curse Cloth wrappings. Now let's quickly look it up to see what it falls under. So this is just the regular foil, so it's not the showcase like the foil for it is as well. Let's see. Let's see what does it fall under. That's what I'm trying to figure out as to what it does. So it is a mythic under the showcase. And then let's see, under the showcase versions, it is a mythic. Okay, so for the showcase versions of this card, it's a mythic. For everything else, it's a rare. I'm not sure why that is. That might be another reason, which I don't know about. But for the purposes of the actual the showcase arts, it's a mythic, and everything else is considered a rare. I'm not sure because all the showcases are just going to be mythics based on the rarity because they are showcase. But either way, this is what we got today as far as the mythic hits. Let's look at them some more. I put them on top here each other. So we did have, of course, the Curse Claws Wrapping Showcase. We got the Hashton, Pia Nalar. So these are the commander. We got Oil Deep Gearhulk, Salvation Engine, Hazard Godseeker, Riptide Gearhulks. We got plenty of Gearhulks, which is actually pretty nice. Martial World Dudes, which I'm really happy about. Coastal Gearhulk, Rakdos Gearhulk, I love it. And then we got the beautiful Radiant Lotus as well in Mythic. So I'm very, very happy with those hits as far as Mythic goes. And then we got a full playset of Curse Cloth wrappings. And then, of course, we got all the beautiful rares. We only got one Verge land in this whole box. Which could be a good thing or a bad thing. Obviously, you might not want to see all the lands in your box because then you're seeing them spots, the spots of other rares. But either way, one Verge land in this whole collector box, some great hits, playset, and of course the first place foils here as well. So don't forget, play booster boxes, collector boxes, and I believe bundles as well do have the actual box topper in each box. So check that out for yourself. Hope you don't miss, and you get some great hits on those as well. And as always, if you did not see anything that you liked here and you're looking for other specific cards, don't forget, check your LGSs first and foremost. But if not, use my affiliate link down below to tcgplayer.com. That's your one-stop shop for singles or sealed products of TCGs. You can get exactly what you need, whether it's the full-on showcase of the Curse Cloth wrappings or this version of the Curse Cloth wrappings as well if you don't get it yourself, because it's the only mythic versions available, so why not? If you use the affiliate link down below, you do support the channel and you pick up exactly what you need at tcgplayer.com. And again, as always, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. Come back, we have more Aetherdrift coming through. We have a play booster box, and then of course we're going to check out a finish line bundle and a regular bundle to see which one of the two is the better of the hits. Of course, we do have the Festival in a Box Mystery Booster 2 boxes coming through in there as well. So I'll mix and match it in there, throw one or the other in there, so it's not all Aetherdrift and it's not all just Mystery Booster 2. So yeah, come back next week. We'll do the Mystery Booster 2 box, and then the week after that, we'll jump into more Aetherdrift to see what other hits we get for standard. And hope that we can get a Chromog special guest within our boxes. So again, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. As always, come chat in the comments below. Check me out on socials. Follow me anywhere you can. Go ahead and talk to me. And let me know your thoughts on this actual set, Aetherdrift, whether you got another playset in your actual collector boxes or your other play booster boxes. Let me know. I'm always happy to chat, hear about it all. And of course, good luck on your pools. Thank you wherever you are. Have a wonderful morning, have a wonderful afternoon, and a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. And again, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.